Welcome to our e-newsletter. We thought we'd do something a little bit different this month and shoot a little video with a bit of an update on what's been happening in the real estate world and our office. So you'll have to get used to seeing our heads a little bit more each month. Obviously Jade, Patrick.
Hello.
So rental-wise, I'll cap it off with that, considering I look after that part of the equation. Rental stats for the month of October, we'll talk the previous month. We had a fairly steady month once again in the rental world. We had 11 leased and we ended the month out with an office vacancy rate of 1.4%, which is great to see at this time of year. November's shaping up to be a similar month as well, which is fantastic. However, I always like to touch on the fact that we're about to enter into that Christmas period, so it tends to sort of slow down, rule of thumb, in the rental world and sometimes the sales world. So if anyone has been thinking of possibly doing something before Christmas, now would absolutely be the time to pick up the phone and call, even if it's just a question. We've also got a couple of really good investments currently on the market for sale, which I'll let Patrick talk about that in a minute, but great suburbs like Tulare and East Maitland as well. Hopefully everyone's keeping an eye on our blog, some great articles there over the month, but all in all a great month previous in October, and again shaping up to be a good month in November on the investment side of things. On a personal note, a few changes in the office, all for the good. One big change you'll probably notice this month is the change of my name. I've recently been married, much to everyone's don't do it. It is Tweedie, as you will see. If you do call through to the office and I act a bit stupid, I'm getting used to that currently. So that's been a hard transition for me, but we are getting there. So yep. I'll hand it over to Pat now. We can have a bit of a chat about the sales side of things.
Yes. So October, really strong month in sales. A lot of people still looking. The population of Maitland's just increasing week in, week out. There's a lot of infrastructure going on in the area, which is being finished off and also starting. So with Stockland Green Hills being finished off and really hitting the ground now, it's seen that eastern side really pick up, western side dragging with it. Now that there's some dirt being turned at the new hospital development at all, we're still seeing a lot of strong interest from outside the area especially, but also people moving into the new developments as well. We have some good investment options available for sale at the moment. A couple in Tulare, where there's one at 59 Wentworth Street. New one went on today at 5 Brook Street, which are great little first-time investments. I've got a development over in East Maitland on Raymond Terrace Road, which is hitting its straps now, due for completion in mid-January. So that's all looking good. Really top quality finishes and right in the hub of where you need to be, right near the hospital development, right near Law Street shops, near train stations and everything. So the development option there at 29 Raymond Terrace Road is something you really need to have a look at, not only for investors but also your downsizers as well. As I said, there's a lot of people in the area. My phone's ringing again. It is ringing.
It's been off the hook this afternoon. Trust me, this is about take 10 for this video. So.
Yeah, I think one message I can find over the last little while, which is really affecting the home buying market, is the banking sector's really tightened up. So you've got to have your ducks lined up, make sure everything's lined up when you want to purchase a property. So to do that, you can either go through a broker or go through your banks as well. We're finding the bigger banks are being a bit more lenient than the societies and the smaller banks with their lending capacity. Banks like Commonwealth Bank are really good ones at the moment to have a look at.
ANZ's been pretty good too, from what I hear.
Yeah, it's been good. So it's really tricky. You just got to have your ducks lined up. You got to make sure your finances are in order. The banks just aren't loaning to anyone these days. So if you're out looking, make sure you sort that out, because you might miss out. So you got to have your finger on the pulse and be ready to pull that trigger. So that'll be the advice that I give you at the moment. Traditionally it sort of slows up at Christmas, but I can't really see that happening this year. I'm about to load, between 5 or 6 properties next week. So it's really happening. There's still a lot of people looking. So I wouldn't just sit back and say, oh, it's Christmas, whatever. So all good. That's about all from me for October, November, leading into Christmas. And hopefully everyone has a fantastic Christmas as well. But
You will probably see us next month anyway, so we will give you a little recap on that. But as Pat says, it's always really hard to pick at Christmas. Does slow down some years, other years we run off our feet like last year, so we'll see what happens there. But just on the note of banking, as Pat just mentioned, particularly to any of my investors or landlords out there, if you're looking at doing a property health check with your portfolio, maybe seeing what equity you've got there, whether you can move on something else and start building that again, give us a call, because we can definitely put you in touch with the right people as well, just to sort of have a chat and go from there. So if anyone's interested in that, give myself or Pat a call direct. But yeah, check out the newsletter below this little video. Plenty of great articles this month. We'll have our opens there for the weekend, our rental stats, a few just solds and so forth. And any questions, as always, give myself or Patrick a call at any stage, and we look forward to coming live to you in the month of December.
Sweet.
Cool.
See you then.
See you.